Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video where I'd like to cover two different topics really. Firstly, explain a little bit about a learning methodology that we developed in 2003. So it's been in existence now for sort of 12 years, called the Performance Improvement Cycle. And it actually looked at training in 6 different ways. And then the second thing I'd like to do is just talk to you about the culture that it actually generates within organisations around their learning and development approach. So the first thing is our performance improvement cycle was based on some learning that I got from Elwood Holton at Louisiana University and Jack Phillips from the ROI Institute in America. I came back from America after a few months and started to look at how we could apply our performance improvement cycle around our customers' training activities. The 6 steps basically was started with evaluation. So what was working in our customers' organisations and what wasn't. There was a benchmarking phase to identify if things weren't working, who could plug them gaps and what did they currently know. And then the third part of the analysis before the training was actually what targets would need to be set. So what would success look like in the future? And that's success for the company or the customers based from the program or the individuals themselves. The 4th step really was actually when we got to the training itself, and it was about developing something that could plug them gaps. The 5th part, what came out of my work with Elwood Holton at Louisiana University, very much around learning transfer. And he was arguing, and rightly so, that the training itself needed to be supported with some very good learning transfer strategies. And then finally we get to the measurement and evaluation stage. So those 6 are very clearly covered in the book that I put together and published in 2012, and it talks about the 6 steps, and it talks a little bit about the different elements of each of the 6 and what needs to be done. Very concise and very easy to sort of learn from that book. Actually, Jack Phillips himself, he did quote that the book sets out a crystal clear case for straightforward return on investment, and how vital it is to set objectives up front before any training interventions are designed, and the incredible supportive role of senior or line managers. And then the last thing I mention is the culture that it changes in organisations and how it embeds learning in a much more successful fashion in our customers than in organisations that we're not working with. And what happens is there are 5 different beneficiaries really. What happens is the employee, instead of learning being taken place in a vacuum, it actually gives them a chance to share what they're doing and the impact that their training is having on them and their teams, the company or the customer. Managers are a lot more engaged, so rather than being detached, they're engaged in the process. And then the 3rd beneficiary tends to be the HR director. They can move from a position where maybe they've got faith in the training that takes place in their organisations to producing an evidence base. Finance directors will move from seeing training as a cost to an investment, because there's a better return on investment from the training under our model than where it actually can't and even pay for itself, never mind generate a return on investment. And then finally the executives and the chief executives, instead of looking elsewhere for talent when they need to, they actually can bring more people through because they're able to use more of the learning they engage in. And finally, the most important point from this short video is that previously our methodology was paper-based, but now we've actually converted it into a software product called Gold, which stands for Growing Organisations Through Learning and Development. Very simple, user-friendly piece of kit, and it comes with a very smart dashboard that makes it easy for organisations at the press of a button to produce graphs showing exactly what programs are generating, what individuals are doing, who generates the most impact, who generates the most ROI. So it becomes a very useful set of management information for the company. But Gold also gives access to all your employees. So employees have got a very simple user-friendly tool that they can use to tell us what they're doing during or after the training and the effect that that's having on them or their teams, the company and customer. I hope you found this video useful. I would strongly recommend that you look at our website, which is www.odyssy.co.uk. And on there you can order this book. You can get it in hard copy form, or you can also get it in Kindle form. So good luck with your work in changing the culture to learning in your organisations and being able to give your executives some very, very impressive data, showing what they get from the budget. Thank you.